Hi and welcome to Confessions of a Special Needs Dad, episode 2. So, uh, our entrance in the NICU. So when Luke was born and he came out, he was intubated and everything. He left the room with like 10 minutes or so. And then we got, so I went with him in the NICU. And so they were explaining to me. I remember like I was freaking out, and I was asking the lady like, what is his chances, what is his chances? Like I wanted to know, I don't know, like I kind of wanted to have a number in mind or something. Like I wanted to work with something, and working with the unknown, it was really hard. We ran some tests, like we thought it could be something in the lung that we saw on week 18 when she was pregnant, but it dissolved by itself. And it didn't have so technically, and they tested the lung was fine. So and then I went back to the room, and then I had to explain that to my wife. That was like very freaking hard. That was like I just told her, like I hugged her and we cried, and I said like, listen, this is what's going on, like they don't know, but the lung is fine. And she's like, no, I researched it already, this is the lung, we do a little surgery and that's it. And I'm like, no, that's a lot more stuff going on. And that was really hard. So when the doctor said like we need to transfer him to a hospital with more specialists, and the two choices was Miami and Joe DiMaggio, but with both of our friends, they said like go to Joe DiMaggio because they deal with a lot more of those things. So we chose it, and in my mind, like first thing I thought was like, oh, Joe DiMaggio, and then I remembered the Seinfeld episode that Kramer said like, that Joe DiMaggio dunked his donuts.
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio?
Joe DiMaggio. This time I went in and I sat down across from him and I really watched him. I studied his every move. For example, he dunks.
Joe DiMaggio dunks his donut?
That's right.
See, now I know it's not him. Joe DiMaggio could not be a dunker.
Oh, he's a dunker.
Anyways, that's just the way I have to break the stress in my mind. I usually put a joke in there so I kind of ease in, and okay, I ease in, and then let's see what's going on. When the results for the biopsy came in, and Luke had done one MRI, and they were suspecting of something in the nerve, then the geneticist tried to link the biopsy with all the results, like while we were waiting, the biopsy with the MRI. And then I remember that day he came in, told us what was the point of keep going, because looks like Luke's brain is not working and his muscles are not working either. So like I don't see what's the point. And we were like, what? Like we were totally shocked with what he was saying. And plus, like I looked to him, was like, I don't think you're talking about the same person with me. Like you're not talking about my son, because like comparing from the day he was born to now, he's moving much more. He's a lot more alert. It doesn't look like that's what you're talking about. And then he's like, oh, let me examine him. And then he examined him. He was like, oh yeah, he does look better, but like now I already told you these things, and I already fucked up your day. So it was like, we were like, man, that was like probably one of the hardest day. I remember that day was I think it was near a support group day, and that's when I started to eat a lot more cookies. Like they had always those fresh baked cookies, and usually we were all day over there, not eating, just talking to doctor, holding Luke, pumping, and like seeing how we are paying the bills and how it's gonna be everything, trying to manage all of this together. And like we're living pretty much in a room for 84 days. We were living in like the Ronald McDonald's house, like something similar. That they have the children's hospital. In the meantime, like every now and then, I'm going to to do a workout with the group. But in between that, like I have one day that I had a really huge panic attack to a point that I was driving that night. I was supposed to be driving that night to go to the swim to coach swim in the morning, and boy, I was like I freaked out so bad that my wife got my phone and messaged the group and said like he's not gonna come because he's just like freaking out. And when the first thing happened, like I told Carol like that part of the movie Gladiator that I like it. It's when he's going to that really hard battle, and then he looks to everybody around, so like have anybody here been in the army or something? And one of the guys said like, yeah, me, and then just like, you guys can help me because we have a better chance to survive this if we stay together.
Anyone here been in the army?
Yes. I served with you at Vindavana.
You can help me. Whatever comes out of these gates, we've got a better chance of survival if we work together. Do you understand? If we stay together, we survive.
And that's what I told Carol. Like I even showed her on YouTube the video, and I said like that's what it is. Like Luke needs that loving environment together, and like a lot of things happen in the NICU, but a lot of the things that I felt the most was like the energy, the people around us, and that's what I think really helped us. Actually, the hashtag Go Luke Wagon, it started from there. Like I had people racing for us with the wristbands that we made. They were racing for us, and then they were writing on their bib numbers like Go Luke. We had a Team 5K in Wellington that our team was one of the biggest teams. Like I think it was the biggest team. Like we won like the reward, and part of the money that they donated for us because like I was barely working on that time. I was like I was most of the time there, and my wife, of course, she wasn't working, and like we had all these bills to go up and down. So it was really helpful. But the support that we felt, like like we did group meditations, we did like at one point they had a lot of I have a friend of mine in Brazil, like he's religious, I'm not, but he took Luke's name to a church that like he told me there was like over 1,000 people praying for Luke on that time. So that was like pretty awesome. Like I could feel like the good energy people were sending, and how everything was, like the support that we got and everything. So that was like what really helped us, and we stayed like 84 days. Like I said, I told Carol like the better is the energy between the three of us. Including both, like the three of us, and with both in the middle, which is the dog. And the funny thing is, the craziest thing is, from the day Luke was born until we actually brought him home, my dog stayed sleeping in Luke's room every single night. It's incredible. He always sleep with us in our bed, and my mother-in-law was at home on that. She was here on that time, and she was staying in the house helping with the dog and this and this, bringing us food and all that great stuff. She said like he wouldn't leave his room, so you know, like the energy that binded us that in that moment, and you know, until today, of course. But like how the three of us, you know, like we put it together, and there was, you know, like that's what it really it kept us, it keep us strong until today. So this is it, episode 2, the NICU life. Joe DiMaggio dunked his donuts. Best effect, I think.
Oh my God, it's
Joe DiMaggio. What?
having a cup of coffee.
And he's dunking.
Yeah?
Look at him. The Yankee Clipper.
Yeah.
Here.
You see? Now that is a handsome man. Oh, please.
Wait, wait.
I told you.